James Jones, Super Bowl champ, former Packer wide receiver, decade in the league, 7 playoff appearances in 8 years with Green Bay. So I like this. I defended Aaron Rodgers this week because I've criticized him for being passive-aggressive. Yeah. I would much rather be him direct than up front. Mm-hmm. I think that's better leadership. So when he gets a little passive-aggressive, I've been critical and said that, come on, Brady will bark at you. Yeah, Manning will bark at you.
100%.
The next day, there was a meeting called, and Aaron spoke, didn't call the meeting. Yeah. So first of all, what do you make of the criticism publicly? Some argue, Jason said, if you said, can't you just do that privately? Yeah. My takeaway is, if you can't handle criticism publicly, you shouldn't be in the league.
Well, my thing is what we trying to do? Like, this team can win a Super Bowl. That's what we're trying to accomplish. This team can win a Super Bowl. So that's what we're trying to get done. Number 2, if you're playing this game, you cannot be sensitive. It is about production. How can we get the best out of players? These are young receivers coming in. Last time I was on your show, I said you have to earn Aaron Rodgers' trust. You are not going to earn Aaron Rodgers' trust going out there, running the wrong route, not being where you're supposed to be, dropping the football. So if you're doing those things, you're not going to play. I'm going to make sure I talk to Coach LaFleur. Do not put him out there. Put him out there because I trust him more to go out there and at least be where he's supposed to be. I love it. I love him coming out here, calling out the young receivers because, number 1, that is going to force them. Let me get in my playbook. Let me study a little more so I could be where I'm supposed to be. Let me focus a little more, go out here and earn Aaron Rodgers' trust to make plays. You cannot be sensitive in this league. So many people are soft in this league when you criticize somebody or get on somebody. We're trying to win. I used to tell Aaron Rodgers straight up, where I come from, get on me. If I am not doing my job, get on me. And vice versa. If you're not doing your job, make that throw. Like, that's about being a brother. That's about being a close football team. That's about holding each other accountable because all we are trying to do is win.
Who do you believe? I don't think they have a number 1 receiver. People could develop into it. Sammy Watkins is talented, but he hasn't played a full season. At this point in his career, he's a little like Anthony Davis of the Lakers. When he's there, he's good. Yeah. Not always there. So Aaron wants to develop a relationship where I got a 16, 17-week guy. Yeah. So who's their 1 to you?
Right now, it has to be Lazar. But I think when it's all said and done, I think it's going to be Romeo. I think it's going to be Dobbs. What I've seen from him on field, how he's moving, how he runs routes, as he gets more comfortable and he understands the offense, he understands reading defenses and what defenses are trying to do to him. He's a big play waiting to happen. He could go up and make the tough catch. He's really quick off the line of scrimmage. I think when it's all said and done, Coach LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers is going to put this young fella in position in the offense to go out there and have opportunities to make plays, and I think he's going to capitalize on that. I love everything I'm seeing from him. He can run. He's big. He's quick. He can do all those things. So I think if he's one of those guys that's out there that Aaron Rodgers is calling out, handle your business and get out there because I think he could really have a big part in this offense.
Listen, we know that quarterbacks like to throw the ball. Yep. They always say this. Offensive linemen love to run block. Mm-hmm. They love to go downhill. They don't love pass blocking because it's harder. Yeah. Right? And they're usually less athletic than the guy rushing the passer. Quarterbacks like to throw. Yeah. How will it sit with Aaron if Matt LaFleur, who developed a run game in Tennessee and has certainly helped Aaron Jones, if he says, listen, Aaron, I need you to throw about 26 times. We're going to be run first. We're going to be 56-44. Is that we're going to be 56-44? I'm very mathy. How would that sit with a 2-time MVP if we're going to take about 4 throws a day, 4 throws a Sunday away from you?
Well, I don't think Aaron Rodgers will mind that at all. You know, because I mean, if this is where the strength of our offense, I don't think he'll mind that at all. I think the trouble is going to come with LaFleur. Are you going to do that? Because we're all looking at Aaron Rodgers like this is the baddest man on the planet throwing the football. Are you going to be that coach saying, hey, I know I have the baddest man on the planet throwing the football, but I'm going to take some of these throws away from him to run it? I think Coach LaFleur has the tougher decision. Aaron Rodgers is going to be good with anything. If us toting it and running the football is going to help us win some ball games or get us in really good third down situations and we could get to a bunch of good little routes, then let's run it. Take some of them throws away from me. But is Coach LaFleur going to say, I'm taking the ball out of the best player in the world's hands to hand it off?
Yeah, no, it's because listen, the two places the Packers are really good, corner and running back. They're as good as anybody in the league.
Anybody.
Play to your strengths. Yep. Okay,
and in the pass game, Aaron Rodgers came out and said these two dudes possibly are going to have 50-plus catches each.
Yeah,
that is big. So that tells me Aaron Jones going to be on the outside catching some footballs, a lot of screen passes, a lot of short pass game. Get the ball into your best player's hands.
So you interviewed Davante Adams August 11th, talking about, leaving Green Bay, going to the Raiders, and Derek Carr, who's college teammate. What was your biggest takeaway on that interview?
My biggest takeaway is how hungry he still is. Everybody has him labeled as the best receiver in the game, and a lot of people, including myself, say it's not close. And he's just like that. But sitting down with him and just understanding how hungry he still is to show people that, number one, I'm that guy. Number two, I can do it with any quarterback. Number three, I want to win a Super Bowl. I'm all pro. I'm Pro Bowl. I done did all these things, but I haven't got to the biggest game. I've lost some NFC championship games. So just how hungry he is to still be the best wide receiver out there it really just jumps off the interview. And when you do get a chance to watch the interview, it just jumps off. And another thing that stood out to me is how humble. I don't know if you guys know Coach Keith Williams, the pass game coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, basically raised me and Davante Adams. So he has a way of truly keeping you humble, no matter how good you think you are, of truly keeping you humble. So last year, as good as the year, Davante, he shared a story, as good as the year that he was having last year, our coach called him and said, "You playing like this NBA player, really good NBA player. I'm not going to say his name, really good NBA player, all-star, really good career, but you not playing like Bron. Bron is labeled as the best player in the NBA. You playing like this player." And he said, I'm thinking like, man, I can't be stopped. I'm this, I'm that, I'm the best. Everybody's saying I'm the best. And he done brought me all the way back down to this. And it helped me even play harder. So it's a really good interview of really how he's just motivated to keep going.
It is amazing. You think about how much football talent there is in the world. There's an argument to be made. The two best receivers, one went to Fresno State and one went to Eastern Washington University, Cooper Kupp. And Stephon Diggs, by the way, who I love, I think he's an argument he's the best. He went to Maryland basketball school. There is a lot of talent in the world. So we've talked about this. I know Mitch Trubisky's ceiling, and I know Mason Rudolph's ceiling. Not being critical, they're pro athletes, but I've seen it. The good days, the bad days. I have no idea with Kenny Pickett's. So it's different. When Mahomes came in, he sat behind Alex Smith. Well, Alex Smith had made the playoffs 3 out of 4 years before Mahomes was drafted. When he was drafted, Alex made the Pro Bowl. So I'm okay sitting behind. I mean, Alex Smith was playing at an elite level, maybe a ceiling. Mitch Trubisky's not that. So my takeaway is, even if Trubisky's better, there's a strong possibility his ceiling is lower than Pickett. And the only way I get to that ceiling is play him. You're not going to reach. Now, you can learn things not starting. You're not going to reach your ceiling not playing. To me, it's an obvious one. How do you land on that?
But my thing is you can learn things from not starting, but it's all about who you're learning things from. Like you said, we know Mitch's ceiling. Mitch's ceiling gives us 8 games, possibly winning 8 games, right? Maybe 9. That's what Mitch has shown us over his career, his ceiling, right? If Kenny Pickett is checking every single box that you need him to check, I am putting him out there with the starters this week if I'm Coach Tomlin. I'm putting him out there. You go out there, play against the number ones, and if he is checking every box, he is my day one starter. I drafted this young fella to be the franchise quarterback. If he's checked every box, even though we brought Mr. Trubisky over here and signed him to a contract, if he's checking every box, he is going to be my day one starter, because I truly believe drafting this kid in the first round, his ceiling is higher than Mitch Trubisky.
I think so too.
What Mitch has shown us, Kenny Pickett's ceiling is higher than his. The best teacher is going out there and playing. I understand a lot of quarterbacks have sat behind great quarterbacks and learned some stuff and came out there and played really well.
I do think you can learn some things not playing.
Yeah.
You don't reach a ceiling not playing.
No, but this young fella right here needs to go out there and play football. And in practice and in these preseason games, if he is checking every single box, he is the day one starter, period. Derek Carr came in as a rookie. They traded for Matt Schaub. All Coach Dennis Allen kept coming in and me saying is, Matt Schaub is our guy. There is no quarterback controversy. And Derek Carr come out there in training camp, throwing the ball all over the yard. Come in preseason, throwing the ball all over the yard. And as players, we looking like, man. And Dennis Allen came in there before that first game and said, hard decision, but Derek Carr is the guy. You got what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
if he puts numbers up in his next start.
Derek Carr's ceiling was higher than Matt Schaub, and he checked every box.
Yeah.
It's his show.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know what the Steelers' schedule is. The division's off. Do you have the Steelers? So look at the Steelers' schedule. Okay, so let's talk this through.
Good game.
That's. Can you make the argument I start Trubisky for 5 games and then it feels like it gets easier as this. Yeah, but you know what? It's an NFL schedule. Yeah. Let's be honest about this. That's an NFL schedule. Tough opening game. First 2 weeks, you're going to face Joe Burrow and those weapons, and then Belichick, who eats rookie quarterbacks for lunch, and then I get Myles Garrett week 3. Now I get a layup in week 4, but then I have to go to Buffalo, and then I have to face Brady. In the end, that's an NFL schedule. So my argument is, if it had started really soft, then you say, okay, we're going to give Kenny, let's go. But that's just your typical NFL schedule. Every other week, you got big challenge.
But at the end of the day, as a coach, you can't look at the schedule. You look at who gives us the best chance. Because even Mitch going into that schedule, if he's not better than Kenny Pickett or Kenny Pickett's ceiling is higher, who gives us the best chance to go out here and win these ball games? Yes, it's a really tough schedule. 3 really tough games coming out the gate. But if the young fella checked every box and he gives us the best chance to win games, put him out there no matter who's on the schedule. And that's what the Raiders did.
Okay, Justin Fields running for his life last night. What's your gut feeling on this thing?
My gut feeling is eventually he's going to be fine. This year, I don't know how he's going to be. I'm a really big fan in his offensive coordinator and Coach Luke Getsy. I'm a really big fan. Did really good things with Aaron Rodgers. Been around him for a long time. I love Coach Luke. I think eventually he will get this thing going. He's going to run the football. He's going to make sure Justin Fields is going to be getting outside this pocket. But the thing is he doesn't have the guys. I really don't care what type of quarterback you are. If you do not have the guys on the outside that could win right now,
that's right,
to be able to help
Juan
you.
Moody. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Mooney is going to be a big-time player in our league, a number 1 wide receiver. Absolutely love him. Turn the tape on Mooney, and it ain't too many receivers out there that's playing better than him. The kid has everything. But he has one guy that can really win right now. So if you take him away, he doesn't really have the weapons on the outside to get the ball out of his hands fast, knowing that they're going to win consistently. So he's going to hold the ball a little bit longer when they are passing the football, and that's going to cause him running, getting outside the pocket, scrambling and all that because the O-line is not big time. But eventually when they build team guys around him, I think he will be better. But this year, I think you're going to still see a lot of Justin Fields running for his life.
Yeah. Good stuff today. James Jones, you brought it today. You had
appreciate it, man.
You did fastballs only today, no breaking stuff. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.